Today is this is our show that we're doing for the global pandemic. We've been doing this every day.
I know.
Since the global pandemic began.
I know. It's the end of another week.
It's exciting. Do you know what that means? That means this is our 20th show. We've been doing this. We did 20 shows.
Wow.
Every night, Monday through Friday since the pandemic began. And this is, of course, today is Good Friday. You know that, right, honey?
It is Good Friday.
Good Friday, of course, is that would be your people. Not really you don't celebrate Good Friday, right? It's not a happy occasion.
No, we observe.
You observe. So we want to acknowledge everyone who's observing a Good Friday today.
That's right.
And I hope that you observe a safe and peaceful and healthy Good Friday.
That's very nice.
Good Friday, of course, is the day that Jesus was crucified.
That's yes.
So this would be honoring the anniversary of that date,
yes.
In a sense. So by my count, that's today is the 1987th anniversary of the death of Christ.
I guess that is roughly correct.
If I'm doing that mathematically.
Yeah.
It could not have been easy to be Jesus.
No,
not an easy life he had. I mean, for one thing, the man is a lot of pressure having a famous father, you know. I mean, look what it did to Frank Sinatra Jr. Can you imagine? Can you imagine being the son of God? I mean, that's a lot of pressure. Because no matter what he does, he can't live up to the old man, you know.
No.
It's like, hey, Dad, you know what I did today? I multiplied the loaves and fishes. Oh, what's that? Oh, I'm sorry, son. I was a little distracted. I was just thinking about the time I created the entire universe and everything in it. But that loaves and fishes thing, that sounds great. That's just great, son. You keep doing stuff like that. You run along now. Your mother and I are very proud. You know. I don't know what to make of this kid. I don't know. Not very ambitious, is he? I'm just saying, you know. I created everything. He's running around making bread.
I like God's voice.
Yeah. My impression of God is not unlike my impression of my father. It's also my Nixon impression.
Yeah.
That voice comes in handy for a lot of things, I'll tell you. And you know, professionally, I'm often called upon to do a Nixon impression. You know that. It's very popular on the comedy scene these days. The kids love that, you know. I am not a crook, and they just go nuts. You do that in a comedy club, they all crack up. It's just great. This show that we're doing here on the Facebook Live, it's catching on.
Oh, yeah?
People are going nuts for this show.
Oh, great.
We have so many loyal viewers who keep coming back for more.
I know.
Of course, the Wall Street Journal won't tell you about our ratings, though.
Oh.
They won't mention the fact that we have better ratings than Monday Night Football and the season finale of The Bachelor.
I did not realize.
You did not know
That's
that.
great news.
You don't even know the obscure political reference I'm making, do you?
The Wall Street Journal.
Nah, you don't even know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
3 people got that joke.
Tell me about it later.
They didn't, and the 3 people who got it, they didn't want it. They didn't. This is our 20th show here, and you know what that means?
What?
That means it is in fact time for the Dave Konig Show.
Yay.
On Facebook Live. Here with my seated 6 feet to my right at a safe social distance, my co-host, the lovely bride of Konig, Susan Konig.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody, of course, is Susan's copyrighted catchphrase. And if you go to her website, you can purchase the full line of Susan Konig Hi, Everybody merchandise. Right? We had Hi, Everybody coffee cups.
That's right.
That you were selling for an exorbitant price, like $300 each.
I really didn't have...
It's ridiculous. And now a new product Susan's very excited about, Susan Konig's Hi, Everybody unrefrigerated mayonnaise. Here you go. Susan Konig's unrefrigerated mayonnaise. You can just slather this on anything.
Well, you don't have to refrigerate it till you open it.
That's so you say.
I didn't even know about
This is great. If you're like Susan Konig, you want to slather this mayonnaise just about on everything, you know. It's kind of a Gentile thing. You invite Susan to a Passover Seder and serve her some brisket, she's gonna ask for the mayonnaise. And then when you say, well, we don't do that, she say, don't worry about it. I brought my own.
Oh, my God.
Susan Konig, Hi, Everybody, with her catchphrase, Hi, Everybody, and a picture of Susan on the label. Unrefrigerated mayonnaise.
That's why I never get invited to anywhere.
This is why no one invites you anywhere. For sale on her website, and how much are you getting for this?
I don't.
$1,200 a jar. $1,200. I asked her, I said, Susan, honey, that seems awfully exorbitant. She said, yeah, but if I could just sell one. So you want to go on our website for that. We got an appearance today from the Not Ready for Dave Konig players.
Okay.
They'll be on the show.
Good.
Featuring, of course, Kevin. Kevin, the annoying young breakout star of the Not Ready for Dave Konig players.
There's one in every group.
I went to Kevin this morning. I said, Kevin, what are we going to do on the show? What kind of humorous comedy sketches do you have planned? Kevin, I think, he's gotten some ideas in his head.
Oh my gosh.
He trolls on all these like obscure conspiracy theory websites.
Oh my goodness.
And now he's become convinced that he should run for president. I said, Kevin, what's your campaign slogan? He says, let's go back to Vietnam and finish the job.
Oh, man.
So I said, Kevin, I don't think that's going to be very popular. So we'll see how that works out for him. And then, of course, the Not Ready for Dave Konig dancers will be here.
Oh, good.
Of course, we had a lot of difficulty getting them on the show because of the, with the quarantine and all.
It's true.
Very difficult for them to come on and do their big production number. So what they're going to do today,
Yes.
each individual member of the dance troupe is going to record their own individual part of the dance. So if one of them has to do this, they'll put that on a recording, and then the other one will do this.
Okay.
And what they'll do, and then they're going to upload all their videos to MySpace. So what we're going to have you do, all our viewers, is you're all individually going to have to go to your old MySpace accounts and try and remember your password.
Oh my gosh.
And you'll get on and if you can't remember your password, you're going to have to call them and see if they still have some kind of tech support there.
I wonder.
I think they might have one guy still working there. I think Tom is still there.
Yeah, Tom.
Remember Tom from MySpace?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, I think he's still there in the office. They haven't had the heart to tell him that everybody else left,
Oh
so
my goodness.
so he's just sitting there. He's eager. He's wondering why you haven't called. He's just waiting for your call. So call Tom, get your old password, and go on your MySpace page, and then you'll be able to see the dance. And so that'll be fun for everyone. And a big celebrity guest on the show today.
Yes.
Big celebrity guest today. Ed Begley Jr. will be here.
Wow.
He is the illegitimate son of Ed Begley Jr., and he hails from Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Yes.
He's not an actor. He's not in show business like his father or his grandfather.
Okay.
He is the owner, proprietor, and creator of a whole new fast food line of food, coffee-flavored meat on a stick. Remember coffee-flavored meat?
I do remember.
Coffee-flavored meat, of course, was the meat product that is for people who love beef and protein,
Right.
and they also love the caffeine of coffee, but they don't have the time to sizzle up a steak and brew a pot of coffee.
I know, it's time consuming.
Coffee-flavored meat fills both those needs. This, Ed Begley Jr. tells us, coffee-flavored meat on a stick. This is for the guy who wants his meat, wants his coffee, but he's in a hurry. He's in a rush. He doesn't have time to sit there with a plate and a fork and so it's coffee-flavored meat. It's frozen like a popsicle, and then you eat it on a stick.
That sounds more convenient.
Yeah, sounds awful. So he's going to be on the show. We're going to discuss that with him.
Okay.
So, honey, I'm thinking. Here's what I'm thinking. We're about a month into this pandemic, this global quarantine shutdown. Here we are, stuck in the apartment with each other. Pandemic.
Yes.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No.
Spending quality time with your loved ones.
I know.
And we got a lot of quality time together.
We do.
But this is a good time, I think, to. I went shopping.
Oh.
I went out to buy a few things.
Yes, how did that go?
It's complicated now. They've made it so complicated with the buying stuff now.
Yeah.
What with the lines and the social distance and such.
Right.
And as complicated, and then what they did in New York City, just to make matters, just to simplify things, is a week before the pandemic hit, they outlawed bags.
Oh, right.
There's no bags. You can't put your groceries in a bag anymore.
Right.
So you got to bring your own bag, which of course now they don't want you to bring your own bag because the own bag is it's unsanitary because nobody re-cleans it. But they don't give you a plastic bag, which was sanitary because that chokes seagulls or something. Apparently seagulls are getting choked on bags or something. Some new trend amongst the foul wildlife. I don't know if I think the seagulls were huffing glue out of a bag or something like that, like the old days, like the kids would do. So and then they don't give you a paper bag,
right?
Because you got to buy the paper bag. They charge you for that. So so now everyone's like confused, like they don't know what to do.
Yeah, where do you put stuff?
So I went to the store and I went. Here's what I got. I got a bottle of water. I went to the bodega. You know the bodega. And I got a bottle of water, a banana, a cup of coffee, a cheese Danish, and a roll of Tums. Okay?
That sounds like you.
6 different distinctive items of all different sizes, shapes, and consistencies.
Right.
And a guy behind the counter says, do you want a bag for that? He said, no. I said, you know what? Don't give me a bag. In fact, don't even put the coffee in a cup. I don't want to inconvenience you. I'll just stand here with my mouth open. You can pour the hot coffee directly down my throat. There's no customer service anymore.
No.
Whatever happened to customer service?
Oh, no.
I went to the supermarket.
Yeah.
Which was aggravating enough.
Yes, it is.
What with the social distancing and such.
Right.
that the kids today are so heavily into.
Yeah.
I go to the supermarket here and there. We live in the Bronx. I go to the supermarket and I load up on groceries. I say, and I come run, with my mask and my gloves, and I come running back. I can't wait to get the hell back in the apartment because I'm afraid.
Right.
I'm scared of everything.
Yeah.
And I get in the car won't start.
Oh, no.
So I call AAA. I said, yeah, I'm in the parking lot of the supermarket. The car won't start. The lady from AAA says, was your car working when you drove it there? As a matter of fact, it wasn't. I had to push my car all the way here from my house. Now it's all loaded up with groceries. It's a little too heavy to push back. Maybe you could send somebody over. But we're at the mercy of these people. Idiots out there.
Oh, my gosh.
Now, I mean, and I'm not a car person, I'm not a car person. I don't know. I put the key in, and I step on the thing, it goes. I don't know anything about cars.
Right.
Some people are into. I'm not into cars.
I know. Yeah.
So I'm at the mercy. I'm at the mercy, of the mechanic. Like if something goes wrong with the car, I got to just trust my mechanic, because I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Right.
Luckily, we have a very honest mechanic, and he keeps my car running beautifully. So
Good.
Every time I go in for an oil change, he sells me a new transmission.
Yeah.
It's aggravating.
I know.
I get stressed out.
I know.
We're at the mercy of these morons. Right before the pandemic hit, I had to go to the dermatologist, right?
Yeah.
Remember that? Remember when I went to the dermatologist?
I remember, yeah.
I called the lady for the appointment.
Yeah.
She says, okay, your appointment is 9:45, but the doctor wants you there 15 minutes early. I said, if my appointment's for 9:45 and the doctor wants me there 15 minutes early, why don't you just make the appointment for 9:30? I said, tell you what, you tell the doctor I rescheduled the appointment for 9:15, but I'm going to be 15 minutes late. That's what I told him. Oh, by the way, we have our own studio audience on the show. I forgot to mention. Creepy Sea Captain guy is here.
There he is.
Creepy Sea Captain is getting to be the breakout star.
Instead of Kevin.
He's getting all the fan letters. People love the Creepy Sea Captain guy.
I know. Where did he come from?
I don't know, but he got a book deal. He's writing an expose about me.
Oh my gosh.
My boss, Dave Konig, what a jerk is the name of the book. So
There he is.
he got $3 million for that.
Okay. That's pretty good.
I tell you. But here's the thing about getting stuck in the apartment for hours on end. You got to take advantage of the time.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
Okay.
You got to turn the negative into a positive.
That's a good attitude.
It's a good attitude.
Yeah.
Like, it's a good time to catch up on movies.
Yeah.
Like all the movies you didn't see. It's time to catch up on them.
Right.
Like TCM's running a whole. They're great. They're running a whole series of lost Jerry Lewis movies.
Oh my gosh.
These are Jerry Lewis movies that were lost.
Oh,
People don't even know they exist.
Wow.
They're running the Bellboys from Brazil.
Oh dear.
An evil Nazi scientist plots to clone Adolf Hitler, but accidentally clones Jerry Lewis.
Oh my gosh.
And then an army of clone Jerry Lewises invade France, and they're all hailed as geniuses.
Oh my gosh.
The Bellboys from Brazil is the name of that film.
Oh my gosh.
And of course, another lost Jerry Lewis film that we're going to watch on during. Can't wait for it. Midnight Bellboy.
Oh no.
Midnight Bellboy. Jerry plays a male prostitute with Charlie Callis as Ratso Rizzo.
Oh no. That I would stay up for.
I amuse myself with that.
I know, I can tell. You like that one. Charlie Callis.
It's unprofessional. It's unprofessional to laugh at your own jokes.
Well.
What am I? Tim Conway and Harvey Korman?
Oh, well, that was always
Next week, I'm going to tell the story of how you tune in next week. I think we might have to bring back a show business anecdote week.
Oh, okay.
Because I still got a few. I'm going to tell the story of me and Carol Burnett.
Oh,
that's a good story.
Is great.
That's a good story.
Kick off the week with that.
Maybe Monday I'll do me and Carol Burnett. That's a good story. So tune in for that one. And another lost Jerry Lewis film.
Oh my gosh, there's another one.
Yeah, the Bellboys in the band. The Bellboys in the band. Jerry comes out of the closet in the Bellboys in the band. Why? Oh, why, lady? No. It's Friday and I don't give a damn.
Could you say hello to your audience?
Let's say hello to Michael Allen Gray, former director of the USO of New York. We did a lot of shows in the USO together.
Oh my God.
Mario Mola, great artist. Buy all his paintings. He's a fantastic artist. Yeah. Sonia Rice was in a production of Gypsy with me.
Oh.
We did a
okay.
production of Gypsy together. It was a great production, Sonia. And we did a production of the musical It Should Have Been You.
Oh, I saw both of those.
You saw both of those.
Yeah, fantastic.
Sonia was hilarious as the I forget the character's name, but she was my sister in it. She was
hilarious.
She was hilarious. Matt Lagosario is watching. Thank you, Matt. It's good to see you. Irma Zandel loves my anecdotes. Tune in Monday. We're going to have an anecdote week on Monday.
Yeah.
Kathy Stell is watching the show. Joni Chin is tuning in. This is the Romper Room section. Yes, I know you played my sister. I know. I remember that.
Chuck Montgomery.
And Chuck Montgomery is here. He's a talented boy, Chuck Montgomery.
Yeah.
He's a musician and an actor.
I know.
Yeah.
I remember him. And Tiffany, your cousin, is here.
Oh, my cousin Tiffany is on the show, too. It's fantastic. So another thing you should do during the global pandemic.
There's more.
There's more, depending on what time it is now. What is it?
It's a quarter after.
Oh, we at 15 minutes?
We are.
All right, I'll tell a couple more jokes and then I'll get the hell out of here. yeah. No, you got to take care of your health. That's the important thing.
Of course, most important.
Now, there's a lot. This might be a good time to try and quit smoking.
Oh,
for example, if you're a smoker, this is a good time. Aunt Sheila was the name of Sonia's character.
Okay.
Thank you. You might want to quit smoking during the global pandemic,
okay.
Right? And then you come out of it, you feel healthy and strong, right? When it's all done. I quit smoking years ago. Remember that?
Yes.
Remember when I used to smoke all the time?
Yes, I'm so glad you
I went to Smokers Anonymous to quit smoking. That's a calm, relaxing program. Get a lot of peace and serenity at those meetings. Nothing like being locked in a room with a bunch of angry New Yorkers going through nicotine withdrawal.
That's true.
First step of Smokers Anonymous is we were powerless over cigarettes. Apparently, the second step is, what are you looking at, asshole? So it's a tense. Well, those meetings are very tense. And another thing here is, okay, we got one more and then I'm gone.
Okay.
Then I'm gone.
Okay.
All right, here we go. And then, here's another thing is you might want to watch, I don't know how this fits in with the pandemic. I don't know how I squeeze this into the global pandemic.
Is it?
It's a celebrity sex tape joke.
Oh, okay.
How should we, well, this might be a good time to watch some celebrity sex tapes.
Online a lot.
You're online.
Yeah.
Invest in a celebrity sex tape. That might be a fun thing to do.
Okay.
While you're killing time during the pandemic. All the celebrities they accidentally leak out their celebrity sex tapes.
Gosh, yeah.
I ordered one. I got a Johnny Carson celebrity sex tape.
Really?
Yeah, my bad luck. Unfortunately, when I got it, it was guest host Joe Garagiola. I mean, things got a little exciting when Joan Embry turned up with a couple of chimps from the San Diego Zoo, but
Joe Garagiola.
nonetheless, you don't want to see Joe Garagiola on a celebrity sex tape.
Oh,
That's a topical reference for the kids.
Yeah.
All the kids under the age of 60 will love that reference to Joe Garagiola.
Yeah, Carol Scabelli says hi.
Hello, Carol Scabelli. So that's it for our show tonight. I've killed enough time. I hope you've enjoyed it and had a few laughs.
Yeah.
And we're going to have to come back and do this again next week because we're still in lockdown here in New York City.
Everybody should rest up.
Rest
next
up.
Week.
Next week will be, yes, it is gross. Yes, Tiffany, you are right. The image of Joe Garagiola having sex is gross. And imagine how Mrs. Garagiola felt about it.
Okay.
All right, tune in next week for Show Business Anecdote Week Part 2. Until then, this is Dave Konig with my lovely co-host, the bride of Konig, Susan Konig.
Goodbye, everybody.
Saying goodbye, everybody. Have a great weekend and stay safe. And we'll get through this and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And we'll do this again on Monday at 6 p.m.
Okay.
Share this show with your friends. Tell everybody to watch the show. Good night.